Israeli security forces are evacuating an illegal outpost in the West Bank near the Shiloh settlement. So far, 40 people have reportedly been detained as forces destroy the outpost structure. Hundreds of settlers attempted to stop the evacuation by barricading themselves inside the property, some even tying themselves to trees. Jewish Power Party member of Parliament Limor Son-Malech arrived at the scene in solidarity with the settlers refusing to move when asked by security guards. Minister in the Defense Ministry, Bezalel Smotrich, has now issued a letter to Netanyahu demanding the immediate halt of the evacuation, saying Defense Minister Yoav Gallant's order violates the coalition agreement, adding it will make it harder to maintain the, quote, integrity of the coalition. And joining me now from the West Bank settlement of Givat Binyamin is Ariel Kahana, diplomatic correspondent for Israel Hayom. Thank you very much for joining me this morning, Ariel.
Good morning, Sarah. How are you?
Good. I want to ask you, Smotrich is threatening the Defense Ministry's decision to evacuate the settlement as a violation of the coalition agreement. Are we starting to see the first crack in Netanyahu's coalition government?
So I wouldn't say the first, because it's not the first time those two ministers, Gallant and Smotrich, are fighting on the exact same issue. Because yes, I believe Smotrich is right in a way that he was supposed to be the responsible minister about Israeli settlements, Israeli places, Israeli villages, and all Israeli infrastructure in Judea and Samaria. That was the deal between him and Netanyahu, between his party and the Likud party. Now, the fact is that Netanyahu is just not completing what he said he will. So that's why we see, and not for the first time, that it's two ministers, Gallant, the security minister from one side, and Smotrich, the finance minister from the other side, both of them are giving instructions to the army. And the army decides to do, actually is following Gallant, which is the defense minister. And again, not for the first time. But the result is, as we could see in the pictures, the result is fights between settlers, between the people who are living there, including two Knesset members, Limor Son-Malech, as you mentioned, and Tzvi Sukkot, the new Knesset member. Both of them are actually fighting with the soldiers, trying to stop the evacuation. So it's a beginning of a fight I would say, on the ground. I'm not sure it will have political meanings in the future, beside of fighting between or inside the government.
And to that point, is this the first sign that a defense ministry split between Yoav Gallant and Bezalel Smotrich? How can both function together, the defense establishment function, when it's split at its core over its policies?
So, it's politics. They agree about what they agree, and vice versa, they agree about a lot, including the legal reform and many other moves they are doing even these days, including in Judea and Samaria. Because I will remind you that I think today and tomorrow, or maybe next week, in any case, in the coming days, the same ministers, which are Gallant and Smotrich, and many others, are going to improve 7,000 new buildings in Judea and Samaria. So they agree about what they agree, and they disagree about what they disagree. But that tells you that there is common ground, and therefore I see no political crisis coming because of this hard pictures and dispute in the government.
Ariel Kahana, thank you very much for your insight this morning.
Thank you very much.